Right, so good evening everyone, my name is Janemy. I'm an IDVA from the Sistah Space.
Hi everyone, I am also an independent domestic violence advisor, an IDVA from Sistah Space.
My name is Rose, I'm an IDVA from Sistah Space.
You're a CEO, do you not want to say that?
Oh yes.
The CEO.
I am the founder of Sistah Space and Roseanne is now the acting CEO.
Oh, excuse me. Promotions and that. Yeah. Right, so we're coming to you this evening, a little bit irritated. Well, I'm irritated, I won't speak on behalf of you guys.
Me and neither.
Well,
vex.
There you have it. We've chosen to do this video for our supporters because we feel like you guys deserve an update. This video is in response to what we've just read, which is the email that the Mayor of Hackney has been sending out to our supporters.
A long letter, long, like in my right book.
Yeah, a long letter that the general consensus is a lie. I'm not gonna lie, my personal opinion, I feel like a lot of it is, it's been a real good opportunity to see how politicians play. Yeah. But the difference is we're not politicians. We're a charity trying to do charitable work. So it's just, it blows my mind that we're even in this situation, but here we are. So we're just gonna talk about some of the points that were in the emails, some of the things that were lies, just to give an update, to give our perspective, if you will.
But to give it context, the Mayor, Philip Glanville, is someone who we as Sistah Space invited into our space. We welcomed him, we invited him to our events, and how he actually got involved is because we copied him in when we needed his support.
Oh wow!
When we were asked to move out of our current venue during the COVID pandemic. So we copied him in, thinking, you know, he would have something to say about it, and he went straight to Twitter and he's been blasting us from that day on.
I didn't even know that.
Can I say though, but the mayor came to 243 Lower Clapton and we had a good long conversation.
More than once he's come down.
Yes.
About why it isn't suitable, or just
everything. Yeah. We spoke about everything,
so,
and the plight of African heritage women
and girls
and domestic abuse.
Right. So there's a lot to cover because
there's a lot.
The mayor's insisting that we go back to 243 Lower Clapton Road, despite us saying to him time and time again, the place is not safe. It isn't safe for the service users, it isn't safe for the volunteers and staff, it just isn't safe.
So what we want to do is to come to you guys really on a real, basically, very authentic. We haven't had time to prep, nobody's proofread anything, this is just raw from the source. And we just wanted to be real and give you guys an update and kind of see firsthand what we're experiencing. We've taken time out of actually helping people to do this video. So
first thing I want to address, because there's two things that keep coming up. You said you'd go back and £35,000.
You should get that printed on a t-shirt.
Let me tell you, it's true. One of the things that occurred to me during this whole unfortunate episode with Hackney Council and the Mayor is how very similar it is to perpetrator behaviour. I've got to say it, because the Mayor's been gaslighting us for the longest time. Saying, you keep saying, you said you'd go back, yes? Sounds something like a perpetrator would say to a victim, we've spent money on you. You haven't, but even so. Telling us as professionals what is safe for us and what isn't. The whole entire episode is most unfortunate, but it stinks of racism, sexism, classism, any kind of ism.
It's in such bad taste as well. To me, it looks like a personal vendetta. Like, I still don't understand how with everything that's going on in 2020, you, Mr. Mayor, have time to personally defame the Sistah Space. That's why I'm so shocked to find out you just copied him in, because it seems like it was like some personal beef, do you know what I mean?
Because we've never had a falling out with him.
This is it. I come here and I see him and I see him photo ops at Rasmus. I see us still plastered all over his Instagram.
Yeah.
But now there's dedicated pages and Hackney Council, and I was like, where was that dedication when we were doing the good work? Where was the personal emails to all our supporters when we were doing the good work? All of a sudden he's here and got time to defame the Sistah Space. Where was it when we were this amazing charity?
But how is he allowed to do it? Because I've never known, and I knew it could never happen to any other cultural organisation, that they should be hung out to dry on the council website like that. just talking things that the mayor has no clue about. He talks in details about things he doesn't know about. I am the founder, so I know every email passed through me, every conversation passed through me.
Oh wow. I don't know, but go on. Yeah. That's what we're dealing with, guys. Yeah. This is what we're dealing with.
Right?
Right.
The mayor has never had a conversation with us since this whole episode started. He's never come directly to Sistah Space. We get to
have that conversation.
Yeah, so we get to find out what's happening when a member of the public or somebody will say, I wrote to the mayor and this is what he responded. That's how we get to find out.
And do you know how triggering that is? Like, you're here doing the work, so we're just doing the normal work that we do, or like you get loads of comments of support and all of this stuff, and you're trying to respond, and then you come across this comment or this narrative that completely changes the narrative of the fight, the journey, and it puts everything into question. It doubts, it makes us look like
gaslighting.
It is so offensive to like we always say, right? In an ideal world, our charity wouldn't exist, right? We don't want there to have to be a specialist organisation for black women. In an ideal world, people would know how to treat all cultures, but we don't live in an ideal world.
That's right.
So we exist voluntarily, right? We are real people, normal people doing a voluntary job.
Yeah.
With real emotions. So when we're taking time out of our actual lives to help people or to learn or to grow as a community, and then we're met with battles like this over what? We're not asking for anything exceptional. We're asking for the bare minimum. We're asking to be left alone.
It's violence against women is what it is, because Mayor has just launched an attack almost on a daily basis.
I don't know how he has the time.
I don't know how he has the time. I don't know how he has the inclination. But most importantly, he's determined that we should go back to 243 Lower Clapton. We have made it clear as professionals, DV professionals, that the place is not safe. He has decided it's safe for us. He's also decided that it's a VCU building, it's 1,000 this and that and the other, so you can afford it, yes? This is where you belong. You guys should be over there.
But then doesn't he say in that same letter, so you guys can be empowered? This is very empowering, isn't it? So he's giving us permission to be empowered when telling us how much money we have, where we can spend it, and what is safe for us and what isn't.
How's that not racial discrimination? How is that not sexist? How is it not everything, yes? I want to address this £5,000. He says in the letter that we got £5,000 last year from Hackney Council. We did not. We applied for 60,000 over 2 years as part of a grant that was available. We were immediately declined, and they offered us £5,000 to get our structure together. Wow. What structure? Because we do things the African heritage way, does that mean it's the wrong way?
We don't fit their mould.
Yeah, so do you see the insult? And then they brought 2 young women in their early 20s. One came from Australia 6 months before, and one, I don't know how long she's been in that place, but they both admitted, we don't know anything about African culture, but you know, you have to sign this and you have to do this. You come into our space not knowing anything about us, right, with these major demands, telling us that our structure isn't correct, right? So for that reason, we had to put our brakes on this £5,000. We're not for sale.
They want us to bend and break and mould for £5,000. For £5,000, you know?
Yeah.
Listen, we're a grateful people, but we're not. You started this for the community, by the community.
That's right.
So, in what world do they think they're going to offer £5,000, dangle £5,000 in front of us, and all of a sudden we're going to conform to their? That's not how we work. Anyway,
look at that for what it is. Yes. At that point we weren't bringing in any money, so £5,000 was a considerable amount. It's not a lot. For us to turn it down, don't you think that there had to be a reason? Yeah.
I just want to bring it back to the email so we don't lose focus. So that's one of the points he made, basically saying that he donated they donated £5,000.
The security.
Yeah, of course. They donated £5,000 to the Sistah Space. You're just going to clarify, we did not receive that.
We haven't received it. They've come back to us suddenly to say take the £5,000, and now we realise that the mayor needed us to take this £5,000 so that he can say he gave us £5,000.
But in the letter he said they have given, past tense, so we're just acknowledging line number 1, we never received that £5,000.
Right.
Okay, so mayor, if you want to bring up some receipts. Anyway, so line number 2 is the security
guy.
So the statement made The statement made is that the mayor or Hackney Council have provided 24/7 security specifically for the Sistah Space at no cost.
Let me tell you something, yeah? When we moved temporarily, and it was temporary at first to this building, yeah? The security guard was here already, yeah? They tend to put security guards, I think the place was getting broken into, or there was also another organisation in here. There was no conversation about the security guard, it's got nothing to do with us.
There was somebody on this floor when we moved in.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? This
There was-
building is
No, there was
occupied.
three people using the building when we moved in.
And they all had security. It's the
Yes.
same security.
There's nothing to do with
Does
us.
the security guard the second floor? Or does he
No.
guard the building?
He built the building.
So how is the security for us when it was there before us, whilst we're here, and we'll be here long after we're gone also?
So it's a lie, yeah?
Lie number
two. Lie number three.
Speaker's charity.
The speaker's that's disgusting though, yeah? We, Councillor Cam Adams, very kindly chose us to be one of the speaker's 3 charities, yes? And I think Claire, who was the speaker before that, was instrumental in that. So they like what we did, and they've seen that we're struggling, and they can see that Hackney Council never give us any money. So very recently, I think it's either £4,000 or £6,000 as part of money that was divided between 3 groups. Okay, the mayor has nothing to do with this, right? He could have chosen us as a charity. He didn't, right? This is absolutely nothing to do with. This is public money, right? Where the public, like with the GoFundMe, the public recognise what we're doing and how hard we're trying, and that we're doing it with no help from Hackney Council, and they are the ones putting forward money. So Hackney Mayor, lie number 3. £35,000 invested in Sistah Space. That's the biggest lie, yeah?
Wow.
Aye.
We'd be laughing,
Okay.
wouldn't we?
243 Lower Clapton Road, when we moved into it, it was semi-derelict. In 2015, we didn't have charity status. So what they told us, there's not a lot of VCU buildings, it's either that or nothing. So we wanted to get our foot through the door.
Yep.
But for the last 4.5 years, yes, we've been saying, bits are falling off. You can push open the door won't lock.
The building is not fit for purpose.
It should never have been
And
rented out.
Bar us being a domestic abuse charity, it's not safe in general, not specifically for domestic abuse charities. It's not a safe building. It would have failed any kind of fire safety inspection.
They should never have leased. And we've been paying for that building for about 4 years. So
No
when he
fire
talks about
exits.
£35,000, we were paying for a building we could not use. In the 4 or 5 years that we were there, I don't think we've been in the building 20 times. You see, when we moved here, there was no conversation about letting us be rent-free. Hackney didn't have the rights to the building. It went into liquidation. They had to, this is what I understand, yeah? That they had to apply to whoever to be able to run the building again. I'm not too clear about that, but it wasn't them saying, oh, don't.
We didn't
pay
even
rent.
get this building gracefully. We did not get this building. They did not say, hey guys, like he says in the email, we were
He's a
flexible
liar.
and supportive to the move.
It's a lie.
They did not offer us this building.
What they did is they offered us about 5 other different places elsewhere, places that closed, opened at 9, closed at 5, we can use it between 2 and 4 and all this kind of thing. We're a 24-hour service. And then in the end, they told us we can use the advice bureau. The advice bureau next door took us into our basement where in between clients or something we can use the place. It wasn't suitable. I have emails for everything that the mayor doesn't know about, has never seen, has never been privy to. He's going to look even more stupid than he does now. I'm sorry, yeah? But in the end, they said they were very nervous about letting us use this building. This building, it was clear from the start that this building is not for you, right? So we did sign a contract that we would be here for a limited amount of time. Yes, we did, yes? But we never said we were going back to 243 Lower Clapton. Neither was there ever a point where we were expected to find somewhere to go. That was always going to be Hackney Council, and that was in every email. We filled out these them forms that say what kind of building are you looking for, what are your specifications,
Why would you have filled that out if
and
you
all
were
that.
supposed to-
And why would you have offered us some building in January this year if you weren't the ones finding a place for us? 4 to 5 years we've been having this conversation. Mayor does not know what he's talking about.
And I think this brings us back to the purpose. It's not that we don't want to move, you know. This building is nice, but it's not all that. it's a decent building. It's just better than the one we had.
Right.
Find us something equal or better, and I'd skip.
What?
I'd be happy to leave. There is nothing tying us to this building. It's just that we don't want to regress as a charity, and we shouldn't be expected to. I think the most significant lie is the 35,000 invested in the Sistah Space, which he's now gone back to say in this email, while it isn't a direct transfer of funds. All of a sudden the narrative is being changed again.
Yeah.
You cannot invest something, it cannot be considered an investment if the person doesn't own it. How can I be getting invested in if I don't benefit from it? If I don't get any kind of profit, if I don't get any kind of... Sistah Space do not own 243 Lower Clapton Road.
Neither would we want to.
If I invest in my own building and you rent it out, I have not invested in you, I've invested in my own building. So this false narrative of this 35,000 being invested into the Sistah Space is a bold-faced lie.
Now the lease, something about the lease, or the signing of something, yeah? Now, we signed an agreement that we would be in here for a limited amount of time. Then COVID happened. And during the height of COVID, they asked that we should move.
And our client base like tripled.
Yeah, so we're now paying London. I mean, the COVID, the percentage went up for us just as it did for everybody else. The mayor talks about Hackney providing this service for DV and that service, and they do this and they do not engage with us. Yeah. On no level, yes? The amount of times that we've turned up for meetings and told this is pre-COVID, that it's a mistake, we're not invited to, and have been turned away. We've never been taken serious as a charity. No provisions have been made for African and Caribbean heritage women and girls by Hackney. None. Zero. Right? So instead of working with us and using us as a resource, they're hanging us out to dry. Yes?
No, but they're using us as photo ops. I must say, he's very happy to have us plastered on his Instagram and happy to have us in the newspaper when it's Rasmus and all of these things. But when it comes to the things we actually need, like the tangibles, what do? You dedicate a whole page to defaming us. Auntie, how are you feeling? Give us an authentic. As a member of the Sistah Space, how are you feeling?
I just got lots of questions. Feeling quite annoyed that he just continues
daily
and lengthens this narrative. We have consistently on social media said, let's find a way to sort this out. We have asked to talk, we've asked everything. We ask questions. When you read the Twitter, we answer people's questions because people are saying, well, how did it come to this point? Why is this going on? What, my thing is some of the things that he says, I've done X, Y, Z for you. I'm asking the two of you, what have you done for us?
I can answer that. Nothing. Yeah?
There's this notion that you want a round of applause for doing something within the black community. First of all, black man over there doesn't represent black woman over here. We're not all one person.
That's right.
You do not get a round of applause for doing for black people what you do for other races on a regular. You're the mayor of Hackney, it's your job. It's your job. Do you understand this notion, well, I did this for black people. And in the email, he's got this kind of list of accolades of what seems like encounters of black
racism.
People. Well done. That's the equivalent to I have a black neighbour. Well done. We're providing you with a direct problem, and if you took half the energy you have in emailing people individually and tweeting rubbish about us, I feel like he's Hackney's Trump, all this Twitter beef, it's so unprofessional. If you took half that energy into dedicating to actually problem solving, working together, we wouldn't be in this.
And also, why are so many organisations and the people in Hackney Council and all that, why are they quiet? Nobody has come to our defence.
Stop trying to have us out there like we're the worst thing since sliced bread.
Do you know what confuses me though? Like in all of this, I feel like the whole narrative just gets lost. Like the most important thing, we are a domestic abuse charity, and I feel like people just gloss over that now.
Yeah.
People's lives, like these are real people's lives. I'm not going to name clients, but what's happening to A? What's happening to B? What's happening to C? When we're taking our time to do stuff like this, it's like, say what you want, Mayor, but at the end of the day, we're doing something you should be doing.
That's right.
Right? We're doing something you should be doing, and we should be asking for a lot more than we're asking for. We're asking for you to leave us alone.
Yeah.
Right? If you want to help, do the bare minimum, give us equal to everybody else is
Come
getting.
on.
If not, leave us be.
I need to know what it is about this 243 Lower Clapton Road that you're trying to drag us back there. You've got your knee on our neck. You Mayor, you Hackney Council, because you're trying to keep us in a lane. Yeah, we don't fit the profile of what you want Hackney to look like. That can be so we went to the public gave us the money for the rent, you still don't want it.
Yeah, make that a clear point, guys. The community have been so amazing. You've raised enough for us to actually cover the rent and we still cannot stay. Why is that?
Oh, by the way, we were told that the building, or in the letter it said the building is going to be rented out as a one entire
tenant, the whole building to
and
single tenant.
we got word today to say they're going to let it out floor by floor. You Mayor, you hold the portfolio for the address we're at now. The decision lays with you, doesn't go with anyone else. Stop lying.
So do you know what we want to do to our supporters who have been misled? I don't personally want to get mad at them being misled. The madness is directed at you, the Mayor. But for the supporters that have been misled, just to clarify, the building will not be rented out to a single tenant. There was never a £5,000 grant or fee. £35,000 has not been invested to the Sistah Space. There was no security provided specifically for us. There was no support in terms of all of these things.
They've never paid. They said that they pay our costs or something
associated
like that.
costs. What are associated costs? List it below. Comment, tweet.
Listen,
use the Twitter.
freedom of information. Yes. You can't put out a big long letter like that, yeah, like you're writing TCs, yeah, or whatever it is. What it is? Yeah,
TCs.
Something, yeah. Sometimes you make us drop into to dialect still, yeah. You can't write like the long letter, yes, and not back it up.
So guys, this is just us being real. This is not us coming to you in any formal, pre-approved, professional manner. This is us talking real emotions, real facts. And I just want to say a big shout out to the community, because the Mayor of Hackney does not represent Hackney. Me and my little 24 years, I've been here all my life. He is not the Hackney I know. When you see the community come out, all shades, all colours, all sexualities, all orientations have supported the Sistah Space. You are not the man to represent Hackney. You are defaming the Sistah Space, and you are this man walked in here like an ally, you know. Big friendly face. Those are the ones you need to watch out for.
Listen. Okay.
Big friendly face.
Now you started me. We opened the door to the community and let this man in. Yeah. If you go on YouTube, in fact, we'll try and add links to this thing here, where you can see this man. We did this year, January the 7th. We celebrated Ethiopian Rastafarian Christmas. Jenna. Yeah, we bring him in. And he's there, and we
You don't have to check YouTube. Check his Instagram. On the one page he's slandering us, on the next page he's celebrating us. Get your stuff together, Mr. Mayor, because your own thing contradicts itself.
I wanna bring this to a close by Sisters Uncut. Whoop, whoop. Whoop, 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 whoop. Every one of them sisters from Sisters Uncut. Yeah. Renters Union. Yeah. Listen, everyone. Let me tell you something. Black Lives Matter UK. Yeah. Yes. But you, the public. My community.
Make you proud to be from Hackney.
Twitter family. You know, those of you who took the time to write to the Mayor, still keep writing to him and tell him to behave himself or get gone.
And have faith, because we wouldn't lie to you. Big up Mark as well.
You know, Mark, there's a guy called Mark. Mark is the one who's dealing with the lease. Mark is also dealing with, because when they said to sign this thing that he's talking about, that we haven't signed the license, yeah? What we became afraid of is that they're doing us so wrong. How did we know if we sign this license, they're not going to use it to get us out? So it's not that we wouldn't sign the license. We needed someone to come in and say, this is okay.
Mark is a member of the community. Mark is you guys who just saw what's going on and decided to volunteer himself as what, a legal representative or lawyer, or I don't know what he does specifically. But I just want to also say that these lovely ladies and a lot of the women in the Sistah Space aren't always super social media savvy, aren't always up to date with the latest technology.
I'm good at Twitter.
She's very good at Twitter. So to take the time out to show them, to constantly reply, all of that stuff, it's a bit of a drain on the resources, if I'm being honest. They're doing amazing work, and we shouldn't have to pause that work to respond to foolishness that the mayor's
We won't be doing this again. Hackney Council, Hackney Mayor, stop abusing us. Black Lives Matter.
Give us the final words on Roseanne.
Mayor of Hackney, you need to sort this out. The people are getting fed up.
Get in.
You have a role to play, and your role is not to be attacking black women who are working with vulnerable survivors and victims of domestic abuse. You need to fix up, and you need to behave yourself.
Or get gone.
Okay? And let's sort this out.
And thanks for giving us permission to empower ourselves. That was very empowering.
Oh yeah.
No, I can't leave that there. Yeah? I can't
referring
leave
to us
that there. I can't leave
as
that there.
it.
I'm sorry, yeah?
Referring to us as it.
No,
Referring to us as it.
What,
3 times in that letter you
Disrespect
called us
is real.
it.
3 times in the letter you called us it, but you, as a middle class white man, are telling us black women
We can go and be empowered over
we can
there.
go into 243 Lower Clapton where we can have our own space and be empowered. Check yourself, please.
And guys,
room at that.
we're laughing because if we don't laugh, we would mad.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
We're
And you
laughing.
don't have the power for mothers. We're done.